ready to push. Hey, where do you think you're going? First, we need to test it on Android, iOS, and make sure that every critical feature is still working, because we don't want to break our users' experience, do we? This is always what it goes in my mind before releasing a new feature, a new version of our app. We need to test it, especially in an app situation, because when you release an app, the code, it's running in your user's cell phone, and it takes time to update. And it's all up to them. If they don't update it, they will just not have the new fixed version. That actually cost me probably already a lot of users, because if you try to use the app and it just doesn't work, you will just uninstall it. My relationship with QA has always been a little bit troublesome. I guess as an entrepreneur, you always want to release something fast, you want to test it, and then you want to iterate over it. But of course, that the role of the QA is to make sure that you do not release anything broken. You don't want to break the user's experience. And in the beginning at Trivago, I had some problems with that, because sometimes I just wanted to do small releases, something that I was sure nothing would break, and QA would always be in a way. And one thing that could take maybe a couple of hours to just code and release would maybe take one day. It took me a while to understand that, but after pushing a couple of times without QA and breaking things that I thought that would never be broken, I slowly got to learn that the role of QA is super important. And I understand also their point of view, right? They are the responsibles for a great product. They are in love with the product, they are passionate about it, and they don't want to break it. They don't want a developer to break it. So I've learned to appreciate the QA's role, and now more than ever, I wish I had someone to QA every time before I release. Because today, I spend my day fixing a bug that was in the app for a long time, and it was undetected until now. So basically, every time I send a notification, there's a link connected with it, and the users can open this link. But for some notifications, this link was broken. And when the user clicked, the app would just crash. That's a shitty experience. And maybe some of my users just uninstalled the app because of that. But I didn't notice until now. The reason was because some of the URLs were being stored as an array instead of a string. It's maybe too technical, and I have no idea how this happened. Why? Maybe I was just coding late at night and I made this mistake. So now that the app is even getting more complex, I get nervous before releasing. I have to test it. I even bought an iOS device to make sure I test it in the real thing. I tested in a simulator, I tested on my Android device, and I send a notification again. I click in every button that we can click, make sure that nothing is broken, and still sometimes things just miss my eye. Especially because you as a developer, you are biased, you know how things work. And that's great to have someone else, someone that doesn't know how it's supposed to work, to test it. Because they will behave as a normal human being. And that's the beautiful thing of having a QA, right? They know, they are trained to know how the users behave, and they will test things that you would never test, and they will catch bugs that you would never catch. So yeah, today that was my day, trying to fix a bug that hopefully now is fixed. So please, if you are a user of Change.it, I'm sorry that you had such a bad experience in some of the notifications. Hopefully now this is fixed. See you tomorrow.